Welcome to Asto Clinics. What follows is an extract of a podcast that was produced by Holly Moore of Make Events and Anything is Possible. Thank you, Holly. In this video, you will see Dr. Kostas Papageorgiou, Steve Turnock and Holly Moore discussing how to contact Asto and the process of being screened and assessed for the programme. Thank you. Okay, so probably the first thing to do would just be to look at our website.
Yeah.
So that's astoclinics.com.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of information on there. It tells you about the journey. It gives a profile of the people involved, the trustees of the charity, the clinical team, Sue.
Yeah.
And at the end, there's a contact form. And you can either fill the contact form in. There's also, you could contact Sue, which is sue@astoclinics.com. And there's a telephone number.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing to do, is to have a little look at that.
Yeah.
Make contact, and Sue will be your point of contact. And she's just a delightful
she's
person.
lovely, yeah.
She's absolutely wonderful. We're really blessed to have her on the team.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And for anyone suffering with OCD, to be able to speak to somebody who is empathic and understanding. She has 18 plus years of helping people with OCD and the skills that she has acquired, clinical skills. Most people working in mental health would not do so. So it's an amazing point of contact.
Absolutely.
People shouldn't really feel afraid of that. It is somebody who's going to be listening to them, open-minded, and trying to help them if we can.
Yes. Yeah.
So she does a brief telephone screening. To a script that Kostas has developed, so that we capture all of the information. And she also hears things that aren't being said.
Yes.
She gets behind the story, writes up the telephone screening, sends it to Kostas, who then reviews it. And if he thinks that they would, do they have OCD from what we can see? And also, would they respond to the group setting? Because we have some suitability criteria. So you need to be 18 plus. You need to not have suicidal intent or plans. And also not registered with another sort of a clinic of some description, whether it's alcoholism or eating disorder clinic. And you have to be able to commit to the 12 sessions privately. So there's 4 things. Then Kostas will assess people. And that's done with there's a pre-course questionnaire, which is a full clinical diagnostic set of measures. So he has all of that prior to a 45-minute consultation where he does a complete clinical assessment. And either they are approved for the course or not. Then there's obviously the money conversation. How is it funded? Because we are a charity and there are funds available to help people that don't have the means. And we've had everything from people being fully funded through to people being insured. We've had somebody on the last cohort paid half. We've also had another charity funding somebody on cohort 1 as well. So it's and that's the slightly confusing bit, is that people go, well, oh gosh, so how much is it and can I afford it?
I think whilst we can help a lot of people, and as Steve put it, a lot of people have contacted us, and most people have been offered the chance to be assessed and considered for our program. I think it is important to say that there are certain people who were not going to be able to help, unfortunately. Simply because of the nature of an online charity, a small clinical team. So not only people who are experiencing suicidal intent or plans, but there are people, for instance, who might be under the care of a crisis team or a community mental health team or receiving concurrent treatment for other problems. Unfortunately, we are not their first port of call, really. We don't want to give the impression
we're not
that
a crisis line.
We're a crisis line. We want to help everyone, but we do help the vast majority of people with OCD.